Hi, I'm Kelly Austin, and I'm an Associate Professor of Sociology here at Lehigh University. One of my favorite things about Lehigh is that the students are so driven. I love working on research with students. In fact, I've co-authored with several both undergraduate and graduate students. Some of my favorite classes to teach at Lehigh include research methods and data analysis. I also teach seminars on globalization, global health, and globalization in the environment. One of my favorite things about research methods is that I feel like I give students real tools that they can use after Lehigh as they enter the job market or go on to graduate school. I love my seminars as they deal with really interesting topics like causes of environmental degradation or explaining the distribution of diseases across nations. One of my favorite activities, I have students calculate their ecological footprint. With this, they take a survey where they record their consumption habits, like the type of diets or food they eat, what kind of dwelling they live in, how often they fly on an airplane. And then after that, they're able to see if the entire world consumed at the level that they did, how many planets would we need to support that consumption. Some of the moments that are most transformative in the classroom are when we go beyond the reading or really start to think about some of the big issues. For example, one of my favorite questions to ask in my globalization seminar is considering, is globalization inevitable? So I think sometimes those really big, broad, open-ended topics that get them thinking critically can really spur ideas that really resonate with them and cause them to think in ways that maybe they hadn't before taking the course. My research focuses on exploring global inequalities, in particular inequalities in environmental degradation and health, especially disease outcomes between developed nations and less developed nations. I do fieldwork in rural Uganda in a district called the Bududa District, and it's commonly referred to as the Forgotten District because it's one of the poorest districts and one of the areas with the lowest literacy rates and other challenges. One of the current projects I'm working on looks at the coffee commodity chain, and I'm focusing on the costs and contradictions to growing coffee in rural Uganda. And surprisingly, the farmers that grow coffee in Uganda, many of which have been doing so for decades, most of them don't even know what coffee is used for. And in fact, there's huge misconceptions in the community that coffee is used to make weapons and bullets. I think any student who takes a course in sociology and anthropology, they really get exposed to some of the key social problems going on, both within their local community or more globally as well. And also they start to kind of understand the background workings of society, the stuff that we maybe encounter every day but take for granted or don't always think about.